Madlanga inquiry reveals warring factions in the South African police force over control of crime intel millions. PA's Mackenzie threatens to ditch ANC coalitions if Kunene is not reinstated within 7 days. And Donald Trump's autism diagnosis, politics over science. Hello, I'm Jane Dutton.
EWN, in touch, in tune, and independent.
Another explosive day at the Madlanga Commission, with fierce battles emerging inside the police over money and the future of the Political Killings Task Team. National Police Commissioner Fani Masemola has also revealed Police Minister Mchunu flagged a 360 million rand tender awarded to alleged underworld boss Vusimuzi Kat Matlala.
Well, that's a wrap of National Police Commissioner Fani Masemola's testimony here at the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry. He sat for over 2 days and we heard quite a bit from him, but if we could consider it stuff that's new, I would hardly say so. A lot of the stuff he spoke to was rehashing what the Provincial Commissioner, Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, said. A lot of the stuff that he spoke to wasn't that new to us. We had heard it, if not through Mkhwanazi, through investigations by the media as far back as 2023. And so quite underwhelming in terms of the evidence that he put forward here and yesterday. I think I must talk to the extent of which he pushed the narrative or alleged that the decision or the instruction by the Police Minister Mchunu to disband the Political Killings Task Team was a wrong one. It can't be deemed unlawful. That is for the Commission themselves to determine. But he feels very strongly that it was the wrong decision, that neither himself nor Dumisani Khumalo or Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi were consulted regarding that decision. Another interesting thing that he didn't speak to, and we would have expected the Commission to probe him a little bit more on this, was that of Richards Bay Minerals. Now, the private entity based down in the northern coast of KZN, Richards Bay, a minerals giant that had a team of detectives deployed there for over a year. And we heard towards the end of his testimony today a little bit about RBM come up, but we didn't see him speaking to length about that deployment. Nor did we see the Commission or evidence leaders probe him on that alleged instruction by the presidency to redeploy a team of detectives that had been recalled from RBM. So interesting there. But I think the main point of what we are seeing, and this is quite clear-cut coming out of the Commission so far, and having spoken to several senior ranking sources within crime intelligence as well as SAPS organized crime, this seems to be a battle that is not just political, that is fueled by political factions that have crept into SAPS, but it is a battle for crime intelligence. This is what our sources are telling us. We know that Dumisani Khumalo is the head of crime intelligence at the moment, and he's being painted out as this epic leader within SAPS that is serious about his investigations and has done extremely good work in his investigative capacities by Fani Masemola, but there has yet to be proof placed in front of us, and there has yet to be proof put on the table for us to look at it. The fight for crime intelligence is centered around one thing, and our police sources are adamant that this is a battle over crime intelligence slush fund. The crime intelligence slush fund, and that is scary because the slush fund, essentially no one knows how much money is contained within the crime intelligence slush fund or the secret service fund at any stage. We have relatively up in the air figures of hundreds of millions, but we don't have an exact figure. And this is because this fund essentially is used for covert operations. It doesn't have to be justified what that money is used for to anyone, not even the presidency, possibly the Joint Standing Committee on Intelligence, but not to the public. It's not for public consumption as to what money is used from that slush fund. And so essentially, and this has been a playbook within South Africa's history of the fight over the slush fund and the abuse of the slush fund, is that we don't know where that money goes and what it's used for. And so it's the perfect opportunity to have control over that fund, to use it possibly, we're not saying this is a fact, but possibly for your own personal gain. For Eyewitness News, I'm Aaron Singh in Pretoria.
Parliament's ad hoc committee probing police corruption is considering adding MPs to its witness list after KZN Commissioner Nhlanhla Mkhwenazi's testimony at the Madlanga inquiry. He accused NCC MP Fadil Adams and DA MP Diane Barnard of mishandling classified police information. Barnard also sits on the committee as an alternate member.
And one of the members who has been mentioned is an alternate member of this ad hoc committee, Honorable Kola Barnard. The members of this ad hoc committee must discuss this matter and come with a proposal or a decision on how we deal with matters like this, where members of this ad hoc committee are being mentioned.
The Patriotic Alliance is threatening to quit all coalitions with the ANC if Kenny Kunene is not reinstated as Johannesburg's MMC for Transport within 7 days. Kunene resigned in July after allegations of links to businessman Katiso Katie Molefe, but has since been cleared by his party after a report by law firm Cliff Decker Hofmeyr.
Within 7 days, if Kunene is not back in his position, every PA member in JB Marks, every PA coalition with the ANC, you withdraw with immediate effect. Stay 1 day, 1 hour after instruction has gone out, that you must withdraw from every coalition we have with the ANC. We are not going to be told by Dada. Who does Dada think he is?
President Cyril Ramaphosa's message to the 80th UN General Assembly in New York has been to push the G20 agenda and engage world leaders on geopolitical flashpoints. His call comes as critics question whether the UN still has the teeth to respond to global crises, with Ramaphosa warning that reforms are vital to keep the, quote, family of nations credible.
As the UN marks the 80th anniversary, we call on all member states to recognize Palestine and to act in solidarity with its people. To restore the prospects of a two-state solution, we call, firstly, for global recognition of Palestine and its sovereignty and territorial integrity. Secondly, the immediate ceasefire and an end to the genocide and the release of hostages by Hamas and prisoners by Israel.
This comes after dozens of world leaders embraced a Palestinian state during a gathering at the United Nations. They've described this as a landmark diplomatic shift nearly 2 years into the Gaza war. While Police Minister Senzo Mchunu has drawn ire for disbanding the Political Killings Task Team, police have praised the unit for securing another major conviction. The Pietermaritzburg High Court, sitting in Durban today, handed Sabelo Pewa 2 life sentences plus 20 years. Pewa was found guilty of murdering Amos Mkobo in Hillcrest in 2017 and former Richmond Municipal Manager Sibusiso Sithole also that year.
Former Richmond Municipal Manager Sibusiso Sithole was ambushed, shot and killed while he was probing corruption relating to tenders in the municipality. His murder case was taken by the Political Killings Task Team. Through ballistic analysis, the team established the parallel case of Amos Mkobo. Spokesperson at Lenda Mate.
Well done to the SAPS Political Killings Task Team for cracking this case and ensuring a lengthy conviction for the hitman. Through this case, we were able to link and solve other cases, such as the murder of Amos Mkobo. The number of life sentences secured by the task team is now more than 30 life sentences secured for several hitmen and hit orderers.
Pewa was also sentenced to 20 years for the attempted murder of a police officer, unlawful possession of a firearm and ammunition. Nhlanhla Mabaso, Eyewitness News, Durban.
And former Umzimkhulu Municipal Manager Stanley Sikosana will stand trial next month for the 2017 murder of former ANC Youth League Secretary General Sindiso Magaka. Sikosana, rearrested by the Political Killings Task Team in July, was denied bail today in the Magistrates Court. Magaka was shot execution style near his home, and prosecutors say they have overwhelming evidence linking Sikosana as the mastermind. with suggestions the late Mayor Mluleki Ndobe may also have been involved.
Bail was denied to Mr. Skosana in the Mchunu Magistrates Court today. In handing down the judgment, the presiding officer found that he did not prove exceptional circumstances to be released on bail, and further the court found that the defence did not show that the release on bail will be in the interest of justice.
Police have fired rubber bullets and tear gas at Kokosi residents protesting water cuts on Johannesburg's West Rand. Frustrated residents have been without water for more than a month due to Merafong's 1.4 billion rand debt to Rand Water. They blocked the N12 highway, disrupting traffic, schools and businesses. Community leaders accuse the government of dragging its feet while residents vow to continue until water is restored. A criminologist has warned that more children in the Western Cape are turning to gangs because they see no alternatives. Just last week, a 14-year-old was gunned down in Elsie's River, while 2 teens were arrested with firearms in Mannenberg and Hanover Park. Simon Howell says kids look up to gang leaders with power and money. And until society offers real opportunities, policing alone won't keep them out of gangsterism.
Kids join gangs because they want to, in the same way that people want good jobs and want to become or have careers so as that they can earn an income and have a nice life. I mean, that's exactly what gangsterism is offering.
If you wondered what happened at Cape Town's Cavendish Square Mall in Claremont today, well, firefighters responded to a call of a fire on one of the parking levels at the mall just before noon and evacuated everyone from the building. Fire Services spokesperson Edward Bosch says preliminary reports suggest that the fire was coming from one of the extractor fans.
Just before 12 p.m., the City of Cape Town Fire and Rescue Services received the call for a fire on one of the parking levels at Cavendish Mall in Claremont. Upon arrival, crews discovered smoke issuing from the roof of the mall. Law enforcement were requested to assist with evacuating users from the building.
So, paracetamol causes autism, even if you're too young to have ever taken it. That's the latest claim from US President Donald Trump and his health chiefs. They've raised the issue of Tylenol while pushing an unproven vitamin drug as treatment. Millions in funding is now going into new studies on so-called environmental triggers, including vaccine theories scientists debunked years ago. Experts warn this is politics, not science, and autism is a mix of genetics and environment.
Vaccines are saving lives, we know that. Vaccines do not cause autism. Vaccines, as I said, save countless lives. So this is something that science has proven, and these things should not be really questioned.
Everyone loves a freebie, and here's one for all in South Africa. Entry to selected parks around the country is free. In the Western Cape, that includes all 6 parks, though accommodation and paid activities aren't covered. The idea is to get citizens exploring their natural heritage and feeling ownership of it. San Park says the free access runs until Friday, with a few parks like Tankwa and Bontebok extending through Sunday.
The thing I should emphasize is that it is a free access from today until Friday in all of the parks, but also selected few of them. The Tankwa, in particular Bontebok, would extend until up to the Sunday as well. And this is really a standing principle across all of the national parks.
I hope you take advantage of that offer and have a good Heritage Day tomorrow.
EWN, in touch, in tune, and independent.